line and parabola. Line and parabola. Okay, now remember this. For example, my parabola is y square is equal to 4ax and my line का equation is y is equal to mx plus c. Now if I square this will become y square is equal to mx plus c the whole square. Now if I expand this, y square is equal to m square x square plus c square plus 2mcx, and if I arrange this, I have y square m square c square x square, you have x square 2mcx and y is equal to y square is 4ax. In case if I substitute y square का value is 4ax, so this will become 4ax is equal to m square x square plus c square plus 2mcx, and this will become m square x square plus 2mcx minus 4ax plus c square is equal to 0. So m square x square plus x into 2mc minus 4a plus c square is equal to 0. Now this is the quadratic equation, and since I know this is the quadratic equation, the quadratic equation में 3 पार्ट रहता है where I find the discriminant. So here will come the important part for the discriminant. अब discriminant का 3 condition है. The first condition is when discriminant is greater than 0, when discriminant is equal to 0, and when discriminant is less than 0. Now guys, if discriminant is greater than 0 for a parabola, now imagine this is a parabola, any parabola, okay, it will be a chord. If it is equal to 0, तो ये parabola है, it will be a tangent. So this is a chord, it is a tangent. And if it is less than 0, this is a parabola and this is this. It is neither chord nor tangent. Neither chord nor tangent. So we understand that discriminant का 3 condition है. Okay, that it is neither chord nor tangent अगर less than 0 है, equal to 0 and greater than 0. And equation of the tangent. Equation of tangent is, we go by slow form, is y is equal to mx plus a by m. Now y is equal to mx plus a by m. This is the equation of tangent where y is equal to mx plus a by m. This is the given equation of tangent for me. This is the given equation of tangent. Okay, and these are 3 conditions where I have got the equation discriminant in these 3 conditions. Now for example, if the question comes like this, okay, कि say for example equation of common tangent. Now see, common tangent मतलब common tangent 2 geometrical figure को हो सकते हैं, 3 को हो सकता है, डिपेंड करता है क्या डेटा दिया है. इक्वेशन ऑफ कॉमन टेंजेंट टू y स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू 8x, मतलब ये है पैराबोला, एंड xy इज इक्वल टू 1. Now xy is equal to 1 is a rectangular hyperbola. Okay, equation of common tangent to y square is equal to 8x and xy is equal to 1. Equation of common tangent बोला है. So सबसे पहले for a parabola I'll write y square is equal to 8x. My 4a is equal to 8. Therefore a becomes 2. And I know that equation of, for me, equation of tangent for a parabola in slope form is y is equal to mx plus a by m. So y is equal to mx plus 2 by m. Now listen carefully guys. जो कॉमन टेंजेंट है वो एक पॉइंट पे, वो जो एक पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट रहेगा, दैट वन पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट पे टेंजेंट का वैल्यू या टेंजेंट का कोऑर्डिनेट्स या टेंजेंट का वैल्यू, पैराबोला का वैल्यू और रेक्टेंगुलर हाइपरबोला का वैल्यू सेम रहेगा. से फॉर एग्जांपल, if this is the, say for example, let's take a tangent and parabola. If this is the tangent and parabola, for this point the value will be the same, because that point lying on the parabola also and that point lies on the line also. इस पे ही अगर रेक्टेंगुलर हाइपरबोला आ गया, से फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने हाइपरबोला बना दो, तो ये पॉइंट पे ना एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग टू बी द सेम, एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग टू बी द सेम. इट मीन्स दैट एट दिस पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट my x coordinate and y coordinate for all three figures are same. For all three figures it is going to be the same. Have you guys understood this? क्योंकि वो पॉइंट तीनों शेयर कर रहे, तो तीनों पे वो पॉइंट सेम रहेगा. इसका मतलब क्या होता है, देखो देखो ध्यान से. इट मीन्स दैट हियर आई हैव y का वैल्यू एज 1/x. And here if I put y का value is 1/x, 1/x is equal to mx plus 2/m. This will become 1/x is equal to m square x plus 2/m, which is m is equal to m square x square plus 2x. Therefore m square x square plus 2x minus m is equal to 0. Now I can see that it is a quadratic equation, and since it lies on the geometrical figure, because equation of tangent बोला है, right? Equation of common tangent. Tangent कब होता है? When it lies on the parabola or the hyperbola, and therefore I will write that discriminant is equal to 0. Therefore b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. From the geometrical figure my b is 2. तो b square minus 4 into my a is m square and my c is minus m is equal to 0. Therefore 1 plus m cube is equal to 0. Therefore m cube is equal to minus 1. Therefore m is equal to minus 1. Now I've got the slope of the tangent, where the slope of the tangent is m is equal to minus 1, and all I have to do is I will substitute here. Therefore y is equal to minus x plus, now I have a का value is 2 upon minus 1. Therefore y is equal to minus x minus 2. Therefore x plus y plus 2 is equal to 0. This is the equation of tangent. So for this equation of tangent I have understood that equation of common tangent बोला है जो rectangular hyperbola and my equation of tangent at the parabola. तो वो पर्टिकुलर जो पॉइंट है तीनों भी सेम रहेगा. सो आई हैव द लिबर्टी of substituting the value of y from the rectangular hyperbola into the parabola, and I have got the equation y is equal to mx plus a by m. I have just substituted the value of m, I have the value of a, and I have got the equation of tangent. तो rectangular hyperbola को भी tangent रहेगा और parabola के लिए भी tangent रहेगा. So that is the common tangent. Now since we have already done parabola and rectangular hyperbola, equation of common tangent 2 x minus 3 the whole square plus y square is equal to 9, and y square is equal to 4x above x axis. Now the last part के लिए ज़्यादा सोचने का ज़रूरत नहीं है. above x axis सबसे पहले मुझे ये दिख रहा है कि एक कॉमन टेंजेंट है, सर्कल के लिए भी है और हाइपरबोला और पैराबोला के लिए भी है. सो आई अंडरस्टैंड अ सिंपल थिंग. दोनों डेटा से सबसे पहला हाइपरबोला लेंगे, सबसे पहला पैराबोला लेंगे. y square is equal to 4x. If I compare with y square is equal to 4ax, I have got 4a is equal to 4 and a is equal to 1 for a hyperbola. For a circle. I'm so sorry. So this is nothing but x minus 3 the whole square plus y minus 0 the whole square is equal to 3 square, where my center is 3, 0, my radius is 3. अब इसको एक tangent है और वो tangent पैराबोला को भी है और वो tangent हाइपरबोला पैराबोला को भी है और सर्कल को भी है. सो आई मेक अ डायग्राम. देखो सेंटर इज 3,0. इफ आई मेक द सेंटर एज 3,0, ओके, दिस इज माई एक्स एक्सिस, दिस इज माई वाई एक्सिस, ओके, radius is 3. This is my center, that is 3,0. Okay, it is a center that is 3,0. My center is 3,0. Okay, my radius is 3. My radius is 3 here. And मेरा पैराबोला भी दिया है y square is equal to 4x. If I draw a parabola also, y square is equal to 4x कर देंगे. A is equal to 1. I can directly find the, if you want to find कि कहाँ पे intersect कर रहा है, all you have to do is just substitute y square की जगह. If you want you can try this also कि कहाँ पे intersect कर रहा है. Say for example, just for your curiosity, if I expand this, see this will become like this, x square plus 9 minus 6x plus 4x is equal to 9. ये 9 निकल गया, ये 9 निकल गया, तो आई एम गेटिंग x स्क्वायर माइनस 2x इज इक्वल टू 0. तो x माइनस 2 इज इक्वल टू 0, तो x इज इक्वल टू 0 एंड x इज इक्वल टू 2. तो आई हैव अंडरस्टूड दैट दे आर इंटरसेक्टिंग एट x इज इक्वल टू 0 एंड x इज इक्वल टू 2. इफ दे आर इंटरसेक्टिंग एट x इज इक्वल टू 0 एंड x इज इक्वल टू 2, तो सेकेंड अगर x 0 है तो y भी 0 रहेगा, एंड अगर x 2 है तो y विल बिकम 2√2. ठीक है, एंड प्लस माइनस रहेगा. ठीक है, तो मैं इफ आई ड्रॉ पैराबोला, let me draw like this. ये ऐसा हो जाएगा. से फॉर एग्जांपल it will be like this. Say for example my value is, this is 2 comma 2√2, not required but still I am just telling you how to find this, and this is 2 comma minus 2√2, and this is the common point, that is 0 comma 0. So this is my basically where they are intersecting, but this is not the problem. They are saying that equation of common tangent. अब common tangent ना यहाँ पे रहेगा. देखो अब वो x axis मतलब ऊपर का पूछा है, एक ही लाइन पूछा है. If I make this, ये है मेरा इक्वेशन ऑफ कॉमन टेंजेंट. दिस इज द कॉमन टेंजेंट. ओके, दिस, ये इक्वेशन ऑफ कॉमन टेंजेंट है. अब ये टेंजेंट थोड़ा इसको ऐसा बनाते हैं. से फॉर एग्जांपल ऐसा समझो, थोड़ा कॉमन टेंजेंट ऐसे समझो. ठीक है, इमेजिन करो ये पॉइंट है, दिस इज द पॉइंट वेयर इट इज़ द कॉमन टेंजेंट. ठीक है, अब ये पॉइंट पे इट इज़ टेंजेंट टू द पैराबोला ऑल्सो, इट इज़ टेंजेंट टू द सर्कल ऑल्सो. बट द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट इज कि ये टेंजेंट जो है ना, ये सर्कल को परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस है, बिकॉज फ्रॉम द सेंटर ऑफ द सर्कल दिस विल बी द परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस. ये परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस है, एंड मुझे इस लाइन का इक्वेशन पता है. इस लाइन का इक्वेशन इज y इज इक्वल टू mx प्लस a बाय m. आई नो द इक्वेशन ऑफ लाइन, एंड दिस इक्वेशन ऑफ लाइन इज y इज इक्वल टू mx प्लस a बाय m. सो सबसे पहले माई सेंटर इज 3,0, माई परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस विच इज इक्वल टू रेडियस विच इज इक्वल टू 3, एंड मेरा इक्वेशन ऑफ लाइन इज y इज इक्वल टू mx प्लस a बाय m. इसको मैं अच्छे से लिखूंगा. अच्छे से लिखना मतलब दिस विल बिकम mx माइनस वाई. आई हैव a का वैल्यू इज 1 प्लस 1 बाय m is equal to 0 and I have the center as 3 comma 0. So I'll write perpendicular distance is nothing but ax plus by plus c upon under root of a square plus b square, and my perpendicular distance is nothing but 3. So 3 is equal to my a ka value, if you see my a ka value is m into 3 plus y is b is minus 1 into 0 plus c is 1 by m upon under root of m square plus 1 upon under root of m square plus 1. Again, this is equal to 3. Now if I solve, this is equal to 3. All I have to do is this will become, if I simplify this, 9 is equal to, I am squaring both sides, this will become 3m plus 1 by m the whole square upon m square plus 1. So 9m square plus 9 is equal to 9m square plus 1 by m square plus 6. Now my 9m square gets eliminated. इसका मतलब है m becomes infinity. My m becomes infinity, and here I have, if you check, I will get 9 minus 6. 3 is equal to 1 by m square plus minus 1 by root 3. So m is equal to infinity. 3 is equal to 1 upon m square. Now I have m ka two values, that is 1 by root 3 and I have three values basically. So now let's solve for, first I'll check for m is equal to 1 by root 3 and then I will check for m is equal to minus 1 by root 3 in this equation. Y is equal to mx plus a by m. So y is equal to x upon root 3 plus root 3. So this will become root 3y is equal to x plus 3. So x minus root 3y is equal to minus 3. Therefore this becomes x upon minus 3 plus y upon root 3 is equal to 1. This lies in the second quadrant because the intercept is minus 3 and this is root 3. तो देखो ना, this will cut here is minus 3, तो ये हो जाएगा minus 3 comma 0 and this will become root 3. तो ये above x axis आ रहा है. So this is above x axis. This is the intercept form, this is above x axis. Now let's check for the second part. If I check for second part, y is equal to minus x by root 3 minus root 3. So root 3y is equal to minus x minus 3. So x plus root 3y is equal to minus 3. So x upon minus 3 plus y upon minus root 3 is equal to 1. Problem क्या है? X is also negative, y is also negative. मतलब ये थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट में आएगा. The intercept will be in the third quadrant. अब थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट नहीं चाहिए because it is below x axis. तो ये नहीं है कि हम लोग कंसिडर करेंगे. And m is equal to infinity देखो, अगर मैंने m is equal to infinity डालना, you will not get an answer because then अगर मैंने m is equal to infinity यहाँ पे डाला तो the answer become infinity. So m is equal to infinity पे हमको आंसर नहीं आएगा because it will become y is equal to infinity plus 0. तो बेसिकली y is equal to infinity, मतलब infinity पे टच करेगा. अब infinity पे टच करेगा, कहाँ पे टच करेगा, we have no idea. So as of now we'll consider this x upon minus 3 plus y upon root 3 is equal to 1. X upon minus 3 minus y upon root 3 is equal to 1. This is the third quadrant. Okay, this is the second quadrant and ये above है. Second quadrant मतलब ऐसे रहेगा. This is the line, the red line. So this is the equation. Here also you can consider this. देखो ये हो जाएगा y is equal to infinity. अब y is equal to infinity मतलब यहाँ पे रहे. So this is a possible answer. It's not that it's not an answer. It's a possible answer depending on what data is given to you. इसके ऊपर हम लोग y is equal to infinity is one of the tangent and x upon minus root 3 plus y upon root 3 is equal to 1. अब एक ही वैल्यू आएगा. देखो y is equal to infinity तो दिया है मेरे को, बट y इज इक्वल टू इन्फिनिटी इज अ स्ट्रेट लाइन. तो ये पार्शियल ऊपर है और पार्शियल नीचे. सी दिस इज ऑल्सो टेंजेंट. अगर तुम ध्यान से देखो तो सर्कल और टेंजेंट दो टेंजेंट है. ये टेंजेंट है, दिस इज द टेंजेंट वर्टेक्स. एंड टेंजेंट एंड वर्टेक्स ऑब्वियसली y इज इक्वल टू इन्फिनिटी. आर यू गाइस अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस? बट एक क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन पे मुझे पता है कि अगर एक वैल्यू m इज इक्वल टू इन्फिनिटी है, दिस इज द सेकंड टेंजेंट, दिस आर टू टेंजेंट, बट y इज इक्वल टू इन्फिनिटी दोनों इसमें जा रहा है. तो ये पार्शियल आंसर ऊपर पॉजिटिव पार्ट जो रहेगा y इज इक्वल टू इन्फिनिटी, 0 टू इन्फिनिटी इज अ टेंजेंट, 0 टू माइनस इन्फिनिटी इज नॉट अ टेंजेंट. हैव यू गाइस अंडरस्टूड दिस? एनीबॉडी हैज एनी डाउट्स, एनी प्रॉब्लम? नाउ last lecture we had done this part. Okay, in the last lecture we had done this part, point of tangency. Point of tangency. Last lecture we had done the part of point of tangency. तो point of tangency क्या होता है? देखो सिंपल सी बात है, y is equal to mx plus a by m. We have to find कि कैसे मालूम पड़ेगा कि पॉइंट कहाँ पे टच कर रहा है. नाउ फॉर मी एट अ पॉइंट का फॉर्मूला है y1 इज इक्वल टू 2a इंटू एक्स प्लस x1. इन अदर वर्ड्स ये है y इज इक्वल टू mx प्लस a बाय m एंड दिस इज y1 is equal to 2ax plus 2ax1. So these are the two things. Now these two represent the same line. This is also tangent, this is also tangent. And since they both represent the same line, they are basically proportional. अब proportional का मतलब क्या होता है? इसका y coordinate is 1, इसका y coordinate is y1, इसका x coordinate is m, इसका x coordinate is 2a, इसका constant is a by m, इसका constant is 2ax1. So therefore 1 upon y1 is equal to m upon 2a is equal to, if you substitute this will become 1 upon a cancel हो जाएगा तो 2mx1, 1 upon 2mx1. And if I have to find y का value, if I equate these two, so I'll get 1 upon y1 is equal to m upon 2a. Therefore y1 is equal to 2a by m. And if I substitute these two, I will get m upon 2a is equal to 1 upon 2mx1. Therefore x1 is equal to, देखो 2 निकल गया, therefore x1 will become a by m square. So guys, point where it is tangent, I repeat again, point where it will, the tangent कहाँ पे टच करेगा? the point is a by m square, 2a by m. ये देखो a by m square, 2a by m. पॉइंट जहाँ पे टेंजेंट बनेगा it is a by m square, 2a by m. So this is where it will become a point. अब देखो यार सिंपल सी बात है, बट एक पैराबोला पे my parameters are 80 square, 280. And if I compare, I will get, देखो 80 square is nothing but a by m square, 280 is nothing but
2a by m.
So t will become 1 by m. In other words, I will write m is equal to 1 by t. And for normal, this is for a tangent. For normal, m will become minus t. For normal, m will become minus t. For normal, m will become minus t. Yes, in the last lecture only we did m is equal to minus t. अब if you can just brush up, yesterday we found equation of normal.
y plus tx is equal to 280 plus 80 cube.
Y is plus tx is equal to 280 plus 80 cube. Now see this. if I substitute t का value as minus m, if I substitute t का value as minus m, okay, if I substitute t का value as minus m, this will become y minus mx is equal to minus 2am minus am cube, and therefore when the slope is given it becomes y is equal to mx minus 2am minus am cube, and मेरा intercept, remember this, and my intercept, if intercept where it cuts the my c का value, if I compare with y is equal to mx plus c for a normal, my c becomes minus 2am minus am cube. So we are finding all the possible conditions that we can, okay, we are finding all the possible conditions that we can, and it's a very important, this is a very important condition guys, okay, very important condition. Now if I continue with this, okay, y is equal to mx minus 2am minus am cube, if I continue with this, सबसे पहले देखो यार y square is equal to 4ax है, तो मेरा देखो पॉइंट ऑफ कॉन्टैक्ट क्या है, इट इज़ a by m square comma 2a by m. If it is x square is equal to 4ay, can you tell me what is the point of contact? 2a by m comma a by m square. See, because in place of x it becomes y and in place of y it becomes x. So my point of contact becomes a by m square comma 2a by m, and this becomes 2a by m upon a comma a by m square. Has everybody understood this? Anybody has any doubts? Now look at this equation. Okay, look at this equation. ध्यान से, I'm going to write it in the next page. The equation was this: y is equal to mx minus 2am minus am cube. Let's write it in a simplified way. Am cube plus 2am minus mx plus y is equal to 0. am cube plus m 2a minus x plus y is equal to 0. This is a cubic equation. For a cubic equation, my sum of the roots, that is m1 plus m2 plus m3 is equal to minus b by a, which will become 0 because there is no m square term. So for a cubic equation, for this equation, my coefficient of m square is not present, hence my answer is 0. Then sum of the two roots, sum of the product of two roots equal to c by a, and c by a will become 2a minus x upon a, and last में आता है product is equal to minus d by a, and this is your d, so minus y by a, and these are the three conditions that I have understood. And इससे मालूम पड़ता है कि maximum, since I have three slopes, 3 normals can be drawn from any point on the parabola, from any point to the parabola, from any one point. तो उन्होंने कोई भी एक point ले लिया, say for example if I take like this, मेरा parabola है, ये अगर मैंने पॉइंट ले लिया तो यहाँ से एक नॉर्मल जाएगा, यहाँ से एक नॉर्मल जाएगा, यहाँ से एक नॉर्मल जाएगा, कोई भी नॉर्मल, तो देखो ये टैंजेंट हो गया, ये इसका नॉर्मल हो गया, ये हो गया और ये हो गया. सो फ्रॉम एनी गिवन पॉइंट 3 नॉर्मल्स कैन बी ड्रॉन ऑन द पैराबोला. 3 से ज़्यादा नहीं आएगा, विच वी जस्ट प्रूव्ड हियर. सो एट एनी गिवन पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम ओनली 3 नॉर्मल्स कैन बी ड्रॉन ऑन टू द पैराबोला. हैज़ एवरीबडी अंडरस्टूड दिस? Algebraic sum is 0. The algebraic sum that we see is 0. So here we start with remark 1. Okay, 3 normals can be drawn. To the parabola from any point. Okay. ठीक है. सेकेंड, algebraic sum of ordinates is equal to 0. अब कोई बोलेगा ऑर्डिनेट्स कैसा, ये तो m का वैल्यू है. ये देखो, algebraic sum of ordinates is 0. अगर algebraic sum of ordinates ले लिया, अभी से फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मैंने m1 प्लस m2 प्लस m3 इज इक्वल टू 0 ले लिया, मुझे पता है कि these are the values that is given to me, sum of the sum is going to be 0. अब sum कभी 0 रहेगा, स्क्वायर का टर्म कभी 0 हो ही नहीं सकता. स्क्वायर का टर्म कभी 0 होएगा ही नहीं. स्क्वायर का टर्म तब 0 होएगा जब सब लोग 0 रहेंगे. तो ओनली पॉसिबल है जब ये भी 0 है, 2a/m भी 0 है. बेसिकली ये ले लो, जब 2at भी 0 है, बिकॉज t इज इक्वल टू 1/m. फॉर नॉर्मल m इज इक्वल टू -t. तो इफ आई सब्स्टिट्यूट दिस, सो 2at1 भी 0 है, 2at1 प्लस 282 प्लस 283 इज इक्वल टू 0. देखो ध्यान से, इफ आई एक्सप्लेन दिस, 281 प्लस 282 प्लस 283 इज इक्वल टू 0. इन अदर वर्ड्स, t1 प्लस t2 प्लस t3 इज इक्वल टू 0. फॉर अ नॉर्मल, ये देखो, व्हाट इज t का वैल्यू? -m. तो हियर आई कैन राइट -m1 -m2 -m3 इज इक्वल टू 0. इफ आई टेक माइनस कॉमन, क्या हो जाएगा? m1 प्लस m2 प्लस m3 इज इक्वल टू 0. So I've just proved that algebraic sum of the ordinates is going to be 0. The algebraic sum of the ordinates is going to be 0. If normal drawn at concept, if normal drawn at AT1 meets parabola at BT2, okay, then T2 is equal to minus T1 minus 2 by T1. T2 is equal to minus T1 minus 2 by T1. Okay, no. I'll take this point as AT1, this point as BT2. So AT1 is AT1 square comma 281, AT2 square comma 282. Okay. Now, obviously नॉर्मल है, परपेंडिकुलर बनाया हमने, ओके, बिकॉज नॉर्मल ड्रॉन दिया है. आई नो दैट नॉर्मल ड्रॉन का इक्वेशन भी y प्लस tx इज इक्वल टू 280 माइनस 80 क्यूब. y प्लस tx इज इक्वल टू 280 प्लस 80 क्यूब, सॉरी, y प्लस tx इज इक्वल टू 280 प्लस 80 क्यूब. नाउ दिस इज द इक्वेशन. Okay, this is the equation of normal. But the thing is that this is y plus tx is equal to 280 plus 80 cube. Now 2 points are given to me, AT1 and BT2 is given. Up it is passing through B. This line is passing through B. This line is passing through B. This normal ka equation. This is the normal ka equation. So if I write it is y plus tx is equal to 280 plus 80 cube. Since it is passing through the point, this becomes y plus, sorry, x and y coordinate I have, so y will become 282 plus t into at2 square is equal to 280 plus at cube. So 282 plus at2 square t is equal to 280 plus at cube. Now if you check, सब में से ना a निकल रहा है, सब में से a निकल रहा है, सब में से. So this will become 2t2 plus t2 square t. Now it is, now for me, obviously this line, if I have to tell you that it is passing, it is starting from this point. It is starting from this point. Now for me, what I'll do is इसको t1 ले लो. t1, 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 t1. So this will become t1 is equal to 2at1 plus at1 cube. Okay, so 282 square, 281 and 80 cube. So I can make it as 2t2 बराबर. Now if हाँ ठीक है चलेगा. So I can write it as 2t2 minus 2. So 2t2 minus 2t1 2t2 minus 2t1 plus t2 square t1 minus t1 cube is equal to 0. So if I take 2 common, I'll get t2 minus t1 plus t1, t2 minus t1, t2 plus t1 is equal to 0. Now if I solve this further, so this will become, if I take t2 minus t1 common, I am left with 2 plus t1, t2 plus t1 is equal to 0. Okay, now this gives that either t2 is equal to t1, which is not possible. They both can't be same because फिर वो same ही point हो जाएगा, so it is not possible. The second condition is t1 square plus t1 t2 is equal to 2 is equal to minus 2. I'll divide by t1. So t1 plus t2 is equal to minus 2 by t1. Therefore t2 is equal to minus t1 minus 2 by t1. Therefore t2 is equal to minus t1 minus 2 by t1. This is for the parabola. If a normal is drawn from the point A t1 and to the point B2, normal is drawn, so my formula becomes t1 is equal to minus t2 is equal to minus t1 minus 2 by t1. अब इससे ना एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रिमार्क आता है, बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट रिमार्क आता है. And the remark says this. ठीक है, 3 things that you have to understand. If normal from AT1 and BT2 meets parabola at CT3, कि AT1 BT2 से हमने नॉर्मल बनाया, समझो ये AT1 है, ये दूसरा BT2 है, दूसरा नॉर्मल एंड यहाँ पे आ रहा है. ओके, देन द डायग्राम इज गोइंग टू लुक लाइक दिस. सी दिस, दिस इज हाउ इट विल बी. ये मेरा पैराबोला बनाएंगे हम लोग. दिस इज अ पैराबोला. ओके, समझो ये मेरा पहला नॉर्मल है, ये मेरा सेकंड नॉर्मल है. ठीक है, ये मेरा टेंजेंट, ये मेरा टेंजेंट. ठीक है, मेरा टेंजेंट. ठीक है, एंड दिस इज CT3, ठीक है। सो इसको ले लिया AT1, इसको ले लिया BT2 एंड दिस इज CT3, ओके। सो अगर ये दिया है सबसे पहले फर्स्ट पार्ट, योर T1 इंटू T2 विल बी 2, तो रिमेंबर दिस, अगर ऐसा कॉन्सेप्ट आया तो आई नो दैट T1 इंटू T2 विल बी इक्वल टू 2, T1 T2 will be equal to 2. Now we have already written this, T1 plus T2 plus T3 is equal to 0. If you remember, we just solved this right now. T1 plus T2 plus T3 is equal to 0, the algebraic sum of the ordinates. Okay, and chord joining A and B will always pass through. Okay, chord joining A and B की जगह लिखो T1 and T2 will pass through. Chord joining T1 and T2 will pass through minus 2a comma 0. Chord joining T1 and T2 will pass through minus 2a comma 0. Chord joining T1 T2, अगर मैंने यहाँ से chord बनाया, देखो अगर यहाँ से ऐसा chord बनाया मैंने, ये देखो ऐसा chord बनाया और ये कंटिन्यू किया कॉर्ड, तो कहाँ से पास होगा? इट विल पास थ्रू, ये देखो ये इट इज़ माइनस 2a कॉमा 0। तो अगर मैंने दोनों को कॉर्ड बनाया है तो इट विल पास थ्रू माइनस 2a कॉमा 0। हैव यू गाइस अंडरस्टूड दिस? हैज़ एवरीबडी अंडरस्टूड दिस? अब देखो ना, ये तीनों बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, फर्स्ट पार्ट, सेकेंड पार्ट, थर्ड पार्ट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। अब इसका बेसिस क्या है? अगर ऐसे दिए, if 2 of the 3 feet of normals, कि 3 नॉर्मल में से अगर 2 फुट ऑफ द नॉर्मल्स from a point to y square is equal to 4x is 1 comma 2 and 1 comma minus 2. Find the third foot. ठीक है, अब देखो फीट ऑफ द नॉर्मल मतलब ये दिया है, अगर तुम ध्यान से देखो ना, 2 फीट ऑफ द नॉर्मल। अब मुझे पता है कि फीट ऑफ द नॉर्मल मतलब मेरा कोएफिशिएंट क्या रहेगा? T1 प्लस T2 प्लस T3 इज इक्वल टू 0। सो आई विल राइट दैट T1 प्लस T2 plus T3 is equal to 0. Up, if you want to write it like this, you can write it. See, you can write 2AT1 plus 2AT2 plus 2AT3 is equal to 0. अब अगर मैंने 2a को कॉमन ले लिया तो आई विल गेट T1 plus T2 plus T3 is equal to 0. Therefore T1 plus T2 plus T3 is equal to 0. इन अदर वर्ड्स ये भी देखो ना, दिस विल बिकम 2 minus 2 plus T3 is equal to 0. Therefore T3 also becomes 0. अगर T3 0 है तो उसका x कोऑर्डिनेट भी 0 रहेगा और उसका y कोऑर्डिनेट भी 0 रहेगा। तो व्हाट इज द थर्ड कोऑर्डिनेट? माय थर्ड कोऑर्डिनेट इज 0, 0. मतलब वेयर इट विल बी एट द origin. It will be at the origin. Did you guys understand this? A very important sum. A very important, very easy sum. Okay, a very important and a very easy sum. Now, minus 3 comma 0 is a point from which normals are drawn, to y square is equal to 4x. Meets parabola at P, Q, R. First though I will solve, third is homework. You have to find area of triangle PQR. Second part, find the centroid. Third part, you have to find, and if you can find, you can find here also, radius of the circumcircle. ठीक है, PQR. obviously. So normals are drawn to the parabola PQR. Okay, so if I have from a point, this is your point 3, 0. अब minus 3, 0, 3, 0, sorry, wrong question. This is 3, 0. Now, ये इधर P आ गया, इधर Q आ गया और इधर R आ गया. समझो आई हैव टेकन 3 पॉइंट्स P, Q एंड R. तो इसको P ले लेंगे हम लोग, इसको Q ले लेंगे और इसको R ले लेंगे. ये नॉर्मल है. नॉर्मल मतलब ऑब्वियसली टेंजेंट रहेगा. तो ये टेंजेंट बिकॉज नॉर्मल बना है, तो ये 3 टेंजेंट उसका हो गया. अब मुझे फाइंड आउट करना है एरिया ऑफ ट्राइंगल PQR. आई हैव टू फाइंड दैट एरिया ऑफ द ट्राइंगल PQR. सबसे पहले दे हैव गिवन मी दैट दिस इज द इक्वेशन. नाउ what is the equation of normal in terms of m? Y is equal to mx minus 2am minus am cube. X is given to me 0, y is given to me 3 and a is also given to me. What is a ka value? 1. So 0 is equal to 3m minus 2m minus m cube. Therefore m cube minus m is equal to 0. Therefore m minus 1, m plus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore m is equal to 0, m is equal to minus 1 and m is equal to 1. Now I have got 3 values of m. Since I have 3 values of m guys, okay, देखो a by m square है बट परपेंडिकुलर, तो दिस विल बिकम a m square कॉमा 2am. इसको m1 ले लेंगे. तो इफ़ यू टेक द फर्स्ट पॉइंट ऑफ m एज 0, तो कोऑर्डिनेट्स क्या रहेगा? दिस विल बिकम 0, 0. इफ आई टेक m का वैल्यू इज -1, तो दिस विल बिकम a इज ऑल्सो 1, तो 1, -2. एंड द थर्ड पॉइंट, व्हाट विल थर्ड पॉइंट बिकम? अगर इसमें a m स्क्वायर डाला तो ये हो जाएगा 1, 2. सो यू हैव p, q एंड r का कोऑर्डिनेट्स. व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला फॉर एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगल PQR? हाउ विल आई फाइंड एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगल PQR? इट विल बी हाफ इंटू x1 y1 1, x2 y2 1 and x3 y3 1. We'll be solving and I'll tell you the answer. Second part is the centroid. Centroid formula is you have to add all the x coordinates. So 0 plus 1 plus 1 upon 3, comma 0 minus 2 plus 2 upon 3. So my coordinate becomes 2 by 3, 0. The third part, you will tell me how will you solve this sum. Has everybody understood this? Now, if two normals are drawn from any point, if two normals are drawn from any point, 2y square is equal to 4x. Two normals are drawn from any point, from any point to y square is equal to 4x, making angles alpha and beta with axis such that tan alpha into tan beta is equal to 2. Find the locus of the third point. Find the locus of the third point. Now see this. They are saying that there I am making angles alpha and beta. Now I know the formulas. Ki we had just written सबसे important formula कि m1 into m2 is equal to 2. m1 into m2 is equal to 2, and we had written product of the slopes also कि m1 into m2 into m3 is equal to minus y by a. And if I substitute m2 here, so m3 will become minus y by 2a. And since I have got m3 ka value, all I have to substitute is in the equation of normal. All I have to do is I have to just substitute the value. Can anyone tell me what is the equation of normal? am cube plus 2a minus x m plus constant is equal to 0. अब m का वैल्यू है मेरे पास, सो a इंटू माइनस वाई बाई 2a प्लस 2a माइनस एक्स इंटू माइनस वाई बाई 2a प्लस y is equal to 0. This is a cube. ठीक है. So now if I separate it also, so minus ay cube upon 8a cube plus 1 plus minus y plus xy upon 2a plus y is equal to 0. So plus y minus y gets eliminated. So this will become minus 8y cube plus 4a square. 4a square xy is equal to 0. So 4a square xy is equal to ay cube. एक a निकल गया, एक नहीं निकल गया, एक y निकल गया, y निकल गया. तो I get y square is equal to 4ax. Obviously it will be the same locus because it is lying on this. Since it lies on this, my locus will be y square is equal to 4x. Has everybody understood this? Chord of contact. Okay. Basically we denote it by t is equal to 0. It means that y1 is equal to 2a into x plus x1. Okay. This is chord of contact. You understand what is chord of contact is like this. This is a chord of contact. Chord of contact. Chord of contact. COC. Chord of contact is equal to 0. Now, first try to understand कि chord of contact कैसे करते हैं. make diagram of chord of contact. Make diagram of chord of contact of y square is equal to 4a bracket x plus b. Okay, and we have to get the equation and get its equation. Now I know that if you check the diagram, the vertex here, the vertex is 0 comma minus b. So it means my diagram is going to be like this. See, ऐसा रहेगा because the vertex is going to be 0 comma minus b, sorry, minus b comma 0. So it will be minus b comma 0 is the vertex of the parabola, that is minus b comma 0. So now if I open the bracket, it will become y square is equal to 4ax plus 4ab. Y square I'll write y1. This will become 4ax is 2ax plus 2ax plus 4ab. Since it is at a point, y square is y1. This will become 2ax plus 2ax1 plus 4ab. Therefore y1 is equal to 2a bracket x plus x1 plus 4ab. So this is the chord of contact. Okay, so 5y1 is equal to 2a bracket x plus x1 plus 4ab. This is going to be your chord of contact. This will be your chord of contact. Now if I take a next question, say for example tangents are drawn to y square is equal to 4x at points where parabola meets Lx plus my plus n is equal to 0. Find point of intersection of tangents. Find point of intersection of tangents. Find point of intersection of tangents. Now listen. Find point of intersection of tangents. Okay. समझो ये है वो लाइन Lx plus my plus n is equal to 0. Okay. I have to find point of intersection of these tangents. अब ये मुझे पता है chord of contact है because यहाँ पे टच कर रहा है, यहाँ पे tangent को टच कर रहा है. यहाँ पे हम लोग लिखेंगे गाइस ये तो है COC एंड इट इज़ टचिंग एट द पॉइंट x1 y1. अगर समझो मैंने इसको पॉइंट x1 y1 लिख के यहाँ से अभी टेंजेंट, चलो टेंजेंट भी बना ही लेते हैं. देखो सबसे ले लिया x1 y1. ठीक है. नो मुझे पता है ये कॉर्ड ऑफ कॉन्टैक्ट है. कॉर्ड ऑफ कॉन्टैक्ट का मेरे को फॉर्मूला में y1 इज इक्वल टू 2a ब्रैकेट x प्लस x1. नाउ इफ आई राइट कॉर्ड ऑफ कॉन्टैक्ट इज y1 इज इक्वल टू 2a ब्रैकेट x प्लस x1. In other words, it is 2ax minus y1y plus 2ax1 is equal to 0. And इसका दूसरा नाम है Lx plus my plus n is equal to 0. They are the same lines. So 2a upon L is equal to minus y1 upon m is equal to 2a x1 upon n. And if I have to find x1, y1, I'll equate these two first. So y1 will become minus 2am upon L, and x1 will become, if I compare this and this, so this will become n upon L. So therefore your point, find the point of intersection of these tangents. Therefore the point of intersection of these tangents is n upon L, comma minus 2am by L, n upon L, comma minus 2am upon L, and this is the point of intersection of tangents, point of intersection of the tangents. So I've got x1 ka value and y1 ka value. X1 is nothing but n upon L, and y1 is nothing but minus 2am upon L. Have you guys understood this? Now, this question will be homework for you guys. Y square is equal to 16x and x square plus y square minus 40x minus 16y minus 48 is equal to 0 meets at P and Q. Meets at P 36, 24 and Q. PQ is the diameter. Find Q. PQ is the diameter, find Q. PQ is the diameter, find Q. Okay, next. Homework, yeah? I want you guys to try this sum at home. Okay? Very important question. One of the most important questions of the chapter. Show that normals at two distinct points on y square is equal to 4ax where a is greater than 0 intersect on parabola whose abscissa is greater than equal to 8a. Whose abscissa is greater than equal to 8a. Okay. Whose abscissa is greater than equal to 8a. So the normal at two distinct points on the parabola intersects on the parabola. Basically they are trying to tell you this. And we have already written this. If you don't remember it, I am going to draw it for you guys. देखो ध्यान से. ये नॉर्मल है P, ये है Q, and they are meeting here at R. Do you remember this? Do you remember this? Yes. So I have everything. I have P 81 square, comma 281. I have Q 82 square, comma 282, and I have R 83 square, comma 283. Now this is given to me, and I have the formulas also. सबसे पहले T1 plus T2 plus T3 is equal to 0. T1 into T2 is equal to 2. T1 into T2 is equal to 2. Also, अगर लिख ही लिया तो लिख लेते हैं. T2 is equal to minus T1 minus 2 by T1. I have written everything possible for this formula. So now I have T2, T1, everything in, I can convert everything in terms of T1, that's not a problem. So अगर T2 ये है तो I can also write this in terms of T3 also. T2, T1 into T2 is also given to you. I have to find that intersects whose abscissa is greater than or equal to blah 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 whatever it is. अब देखो यार सिंपल सी बात है, T2 के लिए अगर ट्रू है वो फॉर्मूला अगर T2 के लिए ट्रू है गाइस, so I can also write it as T3 is equal to minus T1 minus 2 by T1. Do you understand this? Because we had taken P and Q here, right? I have taken P and R. So T3 के लिए भी satisfy करेगा. अगर T3 के लिए satisfy करेगा, अब देखो ध्यान से देखो. If I square this, it will become T1 square plus 4 by T1 square plus 4 plus 4. इसका वैल्यू क्या है? What is T1 square plus 4 upon T1 square का वैल्यू? Now can you even tell me what I have done here? Arithmetic mean is greater than or equal to geometric mean. So T1 square plus 4 upon T1 square is greater than or equal to, ये हो जाएगा 2, ये हो जाएगा 2 is greater than or equal to 4. And if I substitute this here, so T3 square will be greater than or equal to 4 plus 4. Therefore T3 square is greater than or equal to 8. But they have said 8a. Obviously, the last step is therefore a T3 square is greater than or equal to 8a, where I multiplied by a on both sides. And this is what we had to prove. Has everybody understood this? Anybody has any doubts here? No. Just the formula first. सबसे पहले last formula, point of intersection of two normals. Point of intersection of two normals, a bracket T1 square plus T2 square plus T1 T2 plus 2, comma minus a T1 T2 bracket T1 plus T2, a bracket T1 square plus T2 square plus T1 T2 plus 2, comma minus a T1 T2 bracket T1 plus T2. This is the point of intersection of two normals. This is the point of intersection of two normals. Okay. If you have to ठीक है.